Welcome to the 12th part of VCAA Specialist Math 2021 exam papers. In this video, we will solve exam paper 2, section B, question 5, which consists of 4 parts. The problem in part A was that many students did not notice the acceleration was 0 actually. Section 1 of part B was generally done well. The most common error was showing resistance acting up the plane or omitting one of the forces. In section 2 of part B, the common errors were not using the normal force. In part C, there are many incorrect solutions, and some students were confused between the initial and final velocities. A common error in part D was to assume that time for the motion down the plane was the same as for up the plane. Only a minority of students took account of the change of direction of the resistance force.
Hello, Math Champions! I'm Dr. Chen. If you want to improve your math skills and understanding so that you gain confidence, enjoy math more, and get better results, click subscribe and hit the notification button so that you don't miss anything.
Welcome to this VCAA Specialist Math exam paper series. This is section B of 2021 exam 2 paper. There are total 6 extended response questions in section B. In this video, we will present the 5th extended response question. First, let's read out this question, which states that a mass of m1 kilograms is placed on a plane inclined at 30 degrees to the horizontal, as shown in the diagram. It is connected by a light inextensible string to a second mass of m2 kilograms that hangs below a frictionless pulley situated at the top end of the incline, over which the string passes. There are 4 parts in question 5. Part A is to find the relationship between m1 and m2 if the mass m1 moves down the plane at constant speed, given that the inclined plane is smooth. Now, the masses are placed on a rough plane inclined at 30 degrees to the horizontal with the light inextensible string passing over a frictionless pulley in the same way as shown in the diagram above. Let N be the magnitude of the normal force exerted on the mass m1 by the plane. A resistance force of magnitude lambda n acts on and opposes the motion of the mass m1. The criteria in part B are changed. The mass m1 moves up the plane. There are 2 sections in part B. Section 1 is to mark and label all forces acting on this mass on the diagram. Section 2 is to find the acceleration of the mass m1 in terms of m1, m2, and lambda. Now the criteria for part C and part D are also changed. It says sometime after the masses have begun to move, the mass m2 hits the ground at 4.5 meters per second and the string becomes slack. At this instant, the mass m1 is at point P on the plane, which is 2 meters from the pulley. Take the value of lambda to be 0.1. Part C is to ask how far from point P does the mass m1 travel before it starts to slide back down the plane. Part D is to find the time taken from when the string becomes slack for the mass m1 to return to point P. Now let's come back to solve part A of this question. Since the inclined plane is smooth and m1 moves down the plane at constant speed, all the forces act on m1 along the inclined plane are balanced. Hence we have the equation m1g times sine 30 degrees minus m2g equals 0, which gives m2 over m1 equals 1 over 2. So m1 equals 2m2. In part B of this question, m1 moves up the plane at constant speed. In the meantime, we also know that n is the magnitude of the normal force exerted on the mass m1 by the plane, and a resistance force of magnitude lambda n acts in the opposite direction of the motion of the mass m1. Hence, referring to section 1 of part B, all the forces acting on m1 are marked and labeled as they can be seen in the diagram. Since section 2 of part B is to find the acceleration of mass m1 in terms of m1, m2, and lambda, we herewith establish two simultaneous equations alongside and perpendicular to the inclined plane, respectively. So m2g minus m1g sine 30 degrees minus lambda n equals the sum of m1 and m2 times a, and n minus m1g cosine 30 degrees equals 0. After substituting m1g cosine 30 degrees for n, it becomes m2g minus m1g sine 30 degrees minus lambda m1g cosine 30 degrees equals the sum of m1 and m2 times a. Hence, the acceleration a equals m2g minus m1g over 2 minus square root 3 times lambda m1g over 2 all over the sum of m1 and m2, which is simplified to 2m 2g minus 1 plus square root 3 lambda all in parentheses times m1g all over the result of 2 times the sum of m1 plus m2. The criteria in part C and D are also changed. It says sometime after the masses have begun to move, the mass m2 hits the ground at 4.5 meters per second, and the string becomes slack, as shown in the diagram. At this instant, the mass m1 is at point P on the plane, which is 2 meters from the pulley, and we take 0.1 to be the value of lambda in this case. Part C is to find how far from point P does the mass m1 travel before it starts to slide back down the plane. Immediately after m2 hits the ground, u1, the speed of m1 at this instant, equals the speed of m2, which equals 4.5 meters per second. And we here assume m1 will travel x meters and its acceleration is a sub c meters per second squared. Hence, according to the established two simultaneous equations alongside, as well as perpendicular to the inclined plane, we have equations negative m1g sine 30 degrees minus lambda n equals m1 a sub c, and n minus m1g cosine 30 degrees equals 0. After substituting m1g cosine 30 degrees for n, it becomes negative m1g sine 30 degrees minus lambda m1g cosine 30 degrees equals m1 a sub c, which becomes negative m1g over 2 minus square root 3 times lambda m1g over 2 equals m1 a sub c, which gives a sub c equals negative 1 plus square root 3 times lambda, or in parentheses times g over 2. In the meantime, based on the equation of the motion, we have the equation 0 minus 4.5 squared equals 2a sub cx, which gives x equals 4.5 squared over 2a sub c. Hence, x equals 1.76 meters approximately. Part D is to find the time taken from when the string becomes slack for the mass m1 to return to point P. Referring to the early diagram, we assume the time travel 1.76 meters from point P up the incline is t1, while the time to come back is t2. The corresponding acceleration in these two time intervals are assumed as a1 and a2 respectively. According to acceleration derived in part C, here a1 equals negative open bracket 1 plus 0.1 times square root 3 close bracket g over 2, which equals negative 5.7487 meters per second squared. Hence, T1 equals negative U over A1, which equals 4.5 times 2 over the result of 1 plus 0.1 square root 3, or in parentheses times G, which equals 0.7828 seconds. To calculate the time M1 comes back, we have the following equations. M1J sine 30 degrees minus lambda n equals M1A2, and n minus M1J cosine 30 degrees equals 0. After substituting M1J cosine 30 degrees for n, it becomes M1J sine 30 degrees minus lambda M1J cosine 30 degrees, which equals M1A2, which gives A2 equals open bracket 1 minus 0.1 times square root 3 close bracket times G over 2, which is approximately equal to 4.051 meters per second squared. According to the equation of the motion, x equals half times A2 T2 squared, which gives T2 equals square root of 2x over A2, which equals 2 times square root of 1.76 over the result of 1 minus 0.1 square root 3, or in parentheses times 9.8, which equals 0.9325 seconds. Hence, the time taken from when the string becomes slack for the mass M1 returned to point P equals 0.7828 plus 0.9325, which approximately equals 1.7 seconds.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to help me make more math content like this. I will see you in the next video.